Alright guys, I just wanted to do a quick video. I'm driving right now, so you know, gotta be careful about not looking at the phone too much. But driving with anxiety is pretty hard, and I understand. Sometimes I remember I used to come back from work, or when I'm going to work, or when I'm coming home from work. Man, I used to have these really bad panic attacks. I mean, real bad panic attacks while I'm driving. It was crazy. And it's not fun at all, especially when you're driving and you have no control. You're in traffic. Oh my God, it's freaking terrible. So, you know, and one thing is I used to drive. I mean, I had a commute. I mean, I really had a fucking commute straight from my house to where I would work at a car dealership. I used to work at Toyota, which was, it was a whole nother experience. It was cool, and it helped me. It actually helped me with my anxiety, I believe. It helped me get through it to understand it, which is cool, and I'll let you guys know in another video how that transitioned. But driving it with anxiety, it's kind of hard, because sometimes it's really hard to focus when you're looking at the road and your mind is racing. You're starting to look everywhere, and it's hard to pay attention to the road, especially. And you know, you're in between the lines, but sometimes you're like, damn, what the fuck is going on? What if I turn on accident, or what if someone cuts me off, or you know. And it's not always that kind of panic attack. Sometimes it's like, fuck, I need to get out of this car panic attacks, because you know, and you feel claustrophobic, you feel shut in, you start breathing hard, you know, you start, oh, shit, I need to get out of here, and you have that deep breath, and each breath it feels like it's getting worse, or you know. And I used to have these, and sometimes I still do, but not as bad now that I'm understanding everything. And everything just, you know, you take the same routes, or you know how to get home, you know how to get to work, and your goal when you have these panic attacks is, when you're driving, is to get there, hurry up and get there, because you want to get out of the car. One time that I remember driving home with my I was with my family in there, and I was driving, and I was like, shit, I can't drive anymore. They were in the car when this was happening. I said, I can't drive anymore. I got to pull over. I pulled over to the side of the road. This was on the freeway, and I pulled over to the side of the road, and I couldn't breathe, and right then and there, and literally I was like a mile or two from the hospital. And I was like, I gotta go. I don't wanna, I'm sorry, but I don't wanna be in this car right now. I can't breathe. I feel like there's something wrong. And this is like mid panic attack, when I start, like in the middle of me having all these episodes of panic attacks, me not even understanding it. I was, you know, I told him to stop, and I told him to call 911, which is stupid, because in my mind, I'm like, fuck, get an ambulance over here, and I'm in a car. And they could have just had quickly got me to the hospital. But when you're in that state of mind, it's not like that. You're like, fuck, get me out of here. And my best emotion, or best feeling about that is or my thing that I ran to is, maybe I'll be better inside of an ambulance. And maybe that's what was going on in my head at the time. The trigger, I mean, there's a lot of things that I thought I knew what the trigger was, but sometimes there's no trigger for it. And mine was random, and the doctor had said maybe it's a chemical imbalance inside of your brain, or whatever, inside of your body, or whatever. I don't know. I don't fully understand it, but whether or not that's true, I don't know. How can they tell a chemical imbalance in your body, and how do they regulate it off of pills? You know, that's a whole nother ball game that I don't want to get into. So it's pretty hard. How I got over it, or how I'm dealing with it, is sometimes I would go out on little short trips from here to there, and see if something triggered it, and it helps, but ultimately it's pretty hard to understand what's going on in your head. Yes, I still drive when I have a panic attack. Now that I understand the panic attacks more, I can drive even further while I'm still having a panic attack. I can control it a little bit more. I can focus a little bit better. And how I do it, you know, I don't know. Once you start realizing your emotions and your feelings and your pains and your aches and your off balances and things like that, once you start remembering that each time you have a panic attack, each time you have anxiety, that it's the same feeling. It might be something like one little twinge on your leg different than the last time, but you just have to remember it's the same thing, the same exact feeling that you had last time, only now there's a twinge in your leg. And I just spit a little bit. Hopefully I didn't catch that on video. But it's the same little anxiety or panic attack that you had last time, only there's something different. Your body's not going to control. And sometimes I think it's your mind just messing with you. Sometimes I really think it's your head. Let's throw something in there different, so that way they panic more, or you know, whatever it is. The mind is a powerful thing when you let it get out of control. And I don't think that you should be too worried or too stressed out that it's going to continue. You just have to realize that it's the same thing. It's always the same thing happening over and over, and you have to control it. I'm not going to go too much into detail. I just wanted to let you guys know, because right now while I'm driving, I am having some sort of anxiety, and I'm having you know, not panic. I'm not letting it get that far, and this is partly why I'm doing the video. Is it's helping me not think about the anxiety that I'm having while I'm driving, and I'm paying attention, so you guys don't have to worry about that. And I'm on a straightaway, so there's nothing really that could go wrong. But so while I'm doing this video, I want to let you guys know that you're not the only one that this happens to. Don't let it take control of you. I'm gonna try to do what I do to control video some other time, but as for right now, I just wanted to let you guys know what I'm feeling right now, what I can describe as far as what I'm feeling. A little short of breath. You know, I know the route. I know where to go. I know exactly where I'm going. I've seen this place before, but in my head, it's tricking me. It's tricking me into believing that I'm somewhere else. And some of you might understand that, some of you might not. But it's tricking me into thinking, like, dang, like, is there something that changed here? Or am I going the right direction? And that kind of feeling. My head's kind of rushing. My breathing, you know, I'm able to breathe normally while this stuff is happening. So that's the good thing. I'm able to function properly now. What else can I tell you guys? You know, I do little things every now and then that I can catch myself that I don't usually do, which is like I start rubbing my nose. I know it's the season for it, you know, wintertime, and I start rubbing my neck. You'll see in a lot of my videos I'm going like this, or I'm doing this, or I'm putting my hand somewhere on my body that isn't, you know, natural to me. And so that, you know, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much how I would describe it, what's going on. And right now I'm getting pretty hot. I need to turn on the AC because I'm inside the car. I got the heater on for some reason. So that's it, guys. If you would like to ask me some questions, let me know. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And if you have an experience like this, feel free to comment or send me a message via the forum, if you guys know which forum I'm talking about. If not, Anxiety Forum is a good place to go for you guys to get a lot of people or a lot of intel on people whose experience may be different but the same you know, pains and aches and stuff that you feel. Anxietyforum.net. You guys want to go there. That's all I got for you guys. Like, comment, ask a question, no problem. All right, see you guys later.